Hello, everyone. There's nobody here. There's no one here. If you come in, can you let me know if you can hear me? Okay. I wanted to answer your political questions. You keep saying it's scheduled. Hmm. Nobody's in here. What is going on? Why is it not coming on? Oh, hello. Somebody's finally here. I couldn't understand on my phone. It was saying hi Sheila. It was saying that my live was scheduled. And this is an impromptu live. I don't even know what I'm going to talk about. So if you have any questions, please put them in the comments. Um, I just recorded a reading on the King's speech going on today. What King Charles is here for. So that will be coming up after the live stream. I don't know. So much is always going on. So first of all, welcome, and please just put in if you can hear me okay, because I have my little microphone on the table. So if you can let me know. Maybe I can't see your chats. I saw somebody's chat. I put it to all people can chat. So I guess I better get a question if I don't get one. Oh, can I read on Howard Lutnick? Good question. Hi, first stylish broad. You can hear? Okay, thank you. So Shelley said, can you read on Howard Lutnick if that was his children he brought to the island or if they were victims? Okay, good question. So, were those really his children or were they victims? I want to use my my interesting deck. The cartes de visite. Hello. Oh, Marcy, hello. It's hard to keep track of people's names. Hello, Marcy. So let's look at Howard Lutnick, who went over to Mr. E's island and he brought children. Was he bringing his own children and babysitters, or was he bringing other children? Oh, okay. Oh, Camp Fenwood Springs. Yeah, where the fun never ends, but you do. I think on lives it brings it up reversed, though, reversed images. So that looks like he had nefarious reasons. Like, we're going to camp, but why would you bring your own children? But people abuse their children all the time. So let's see. Were these his children or someone else's? Oh, we got this the other day. Fenwood's Gentlemen's Club. So there's the ancient geezers doing nefarious things in their old boys club. And Yeah, this first card says a lot. It's pretty crazy. And let's see. So the old boys club bringing girls to a pedo island on their yacht. And then we have this one. Yeah, bringing children in, grabbing them and bringing them in. Evil shall always find you. Yeah, that's what these guys are about. Evil shall always find you. That's sad. Um, let's see. Which deck shall I use? I'm going to use the good old Deviant Moon tarot deck. So were those actual kids Lutnick's kids? So we have the demon bringing them in, drawing them in, but were they his kids? It looks like it. This is the family man. The Ten of Cups. We're going to have a good time. But he's in this disgusting gentleman's club. And then we have the Two of Wands, right? Oh, no, the Page of Wands, sorry. So a coercion, going on thin ice. Hi, Lou. And yeah, this is a very delicate matter. And he was going to bring his children in on it. So, this fell out, the devil card. I do believe they're his kids. It looks that way. Then we have the Ace of Wands. So it's like there's a baby, bringing in your own kids, your own babies. And the babysitters. It probably had more to do with like bringing in the babysitters. You can, look at my kids swimming and whatnot in their bathing suits, but maybe we can bring you some babysitters. Then we have the messenger, the eight of wands. Keep getting these stupid notifications on my phone. He was sending a message like, I'll bring you children. I think that's what it's talking about. I'll show you mine, what I have. I'll let them run around in their bathing suits for you to get off on, but yeah, I can make things happen if you let me in. If you let me in on things. Who's that? Hi, Mark. So yeah, he's a manipulator. They don't care about their kids. Trump, Nutlick, RFK Jr., Sampoli, Bondi. Yeah, they're all freaking in on it. And then there's a struggle. Maybe when they get the actual babysitters there's a big struggle. And this is in the environment. So they're swayed by the Page of Cups. They're swayed like, we're going to give you something good to the girls, right? Come on in. We'll give you something good. And it's not good. The Ten of Swords. And it can lead to you know what. Not good. Not good at all. And the final outcome, yeah, he was a trafficker himself, allegedly. Netflix outcome. So I'll just show you the table. Hopefully I don't drop the phone. And yeah, it's a little glary. The sun is now coming in on this window. I just want to bring your attention to this card. Underneath it all is this devil. He's the Page of Wands. Like he's given Epstein the message that, yeah, I can move things for you. I have a yacht. So I think this could have been a way that Lutnick showed Epstein, like, I can manipulate things for you. I can provide you with a lot of things because I have babysitters. I have children that have babysitters, right? So that's a horrible thing, and he should be brought up on charges. And today, King Charles is here. And so King Charles is like, why are you coming here? The survivors wanted him to come and speak to them because his brother is accused, and he paid off Virginia. So yeah, I wanted to know why the king was actually here. What was he going to do? He wouldn't speak to the victims because they said he wouldn't have time. Well, make time. You came all the way over here. Surely you could make an hour for these victims where your brother participated, right? So what do you guys say to that? Oops. I don't know why my phone is not bringing up. It won't bring up the chat. Something's locked. Trying to get the live chat up. It comes up when you guys post, but it's acting weird. Like when I hit it, it doesn't come up. So if you could post more questions, I can't see too well when I'm doing the reading. Hi. Milo, hi. If you could post your questions again, I'm sorry. I can't seem to get the chat to work for me. It's always something. Me and YouTube do not get along. I'd like to know what you guys think. I was just seeing your chats before. It's so weird that they just went away. Okay. Not Satanist, capitalist. Yeah. No, I'm talking, when I talk the devil, I'm not talking Satanist. It's just the depravity. The devil is about your worst instincts. I'm not saying it's a actual demon doing something, I'm not talking that way. But yes, the capitalist, the elitist, they're running everything. And I just wanted to talk about that website where 62 million people logged on to, the Grape Academy, if you know what I mean. 62 million men in this country are logging onto that. In March, it was 82 million, I think. Nobody's talking about this. Nobody's screaming about having this website taken down. Where on this Grape, if you know what I mean, website, men are they are videoing them drugging their drugged wife. They drug their wives, and then they open their eyes to show on camera that they're actually out of it. And then they grape them on camera, and they sell these. They sell views, the whole 9 yards. So it's really despicable. I wanted to see, is there anything we could do about that? And since I can't get questions all of a sudden, I'm trying to get it. I keep trying to hit the button. Maybe something will kick in. But I guess I'm going to have to ask my own questions since I can only see them when you post them just for a moment. I can't see any chat otherwise, which is pathetic. But it's always something with me. Please like, subscribe to my channel to check out my other videos. Let's look at what can be done with this situation. I mean, of course, we know why nobody will take down this. Nobody's making laws to take down these websites where men are actually Ring women on camera and selling this material. And they're doing it to their own wives. It's just horrible. What can we do about it? Let me get out I'm going to use the Golden Tarot. I don't know what we can do about it. I mean, if we really need people to start talking about this, that's why I'm bringing it up. But let's just see. I don't know what we can do about it, but we can ask the cards. So I'm using the Golden Tarot by Cat Black. So, what can we do about this website called Grape Academy? Less the G. What can we do about this? We have to get people to recognize this and to do something. Yeah, it's underground. It's like nobody's paying attention. The Hermit card. Nobody is saying anything about this. So what can we do about it? Five of Coins, left out in the cold. The victims are always left out in the cold. That Giselle Pelicot in France, she finally, after years of being the victim to her own husband, allowing his friends to grape her, and constantly this was going on, and she was drugged, and she finally got a conviction on that, on her husband. Well, what can we do about this website? Four Coins. Four Coins tells me it's kind of a locked-in situation that's really hard to get rid of, unfortunately. What else do we need to know about this? Two of Swords. It's blocked. There's so many behind this, they can block it. I don't know why that is. But we know the environment of the U.S. now is total pedo grapingville, It's Pottersville. Queen of Cups. So the overarching energy here is compassion. We need to change people so that they have more compassion than this vileness, this lower energy affect that people have culturally have fallen into. People have become so depraved. Not that this never went on. I mean, people are always depraved, but I'm talking about just right now, the social media, the misogyny against women, the racism, everything. It's just, we're going back to this really horrible way of just keeping people locked into situations that they can't get out of. And we have this. It's about the elite. It's the Five of Coins. It's about money all the time. Five of Cups. So this is devastation. It's really devastating on the victims. But just to speak to money about it, it's the elite that are doing these things. I mean, this is a website for the common guy to get in on it and be a part of this elite group, right? The Three of Wands. So this telling me it goes on all around the world. Okay, it's not just, America. I know it's a worldwide thing. King of Cups tells me about wisdom, compassion. Again, the King and Queen of Cups are here. The emotional King and Queen. The people that will actually care about other people. That's the environment. We need more caring, is what it's telling me. We have to stop allowing this to continue in our society. We have the balance. Yes, we need to rebalance things between people. We need to, we need equality for everyone, equality for all, for women, for children. Like everybody is an equal person under the law, and that how we need to reestablish reestablish this in our communities, in our families, and how the way we raise our kids and our grandkids, you know. And the final card here is the Wheel of Fortune. And I think this is talking about the change needed is to like, not to, for men to be subservient, but it shows a woman here. It's, you know, like the Madonna and Child, like you need to have a certain respect for women. And I think things will change eventually. And it's not about putting women above men, but it's just having respect for women. Like we've been working on this my whole life. We need to continue really trying to change culturally in a way that we have fairness for everybody and nobody gets left behind. Let's see. Nothing's coming up here. I'm trying to see. I still see you guys are here. Hello, Ladybug. Third Eye. Hi, guys. I can see you here. Helen, Judy, Grace. Thank you for being here. I don't know why I can't see your comments. And my husband's not here to like give me some extra. If you could possibly say something in the chat that I could see to riff off of or whatever, a question, a half a question, I don't care. It's just having a hard time. I should have made some questions, but I figured everybody would pop on talking because usually I don't get any of my own questions in. Okay, maybe you guys can't. You can't come up in the chat. So I have a reading coming up about the King's speech. I just recorded today, and it's already uploaded. I just have to put it out. So that will be coming after this video if you want to watch that. What should I read on next? I'm just going to, let me look at my little book. If I have it here. Here. Let's see what other questions I have. I wanted to, I kind of wanted to just chat about the weekend and the ridiculousness of the White House Correspondents' Dinner. Let's see. I just was hoping you guys would have questions, like want to ask about things with that. Let me turn on another chat and see if it comes up. I also already put out a video about the shooter, Cole Allen. So that's out on my channel also today. There's something else we can look at about that. Oh, I know. Well, somebody asked me today about the scientist that went missing. I wanted to do a longer read on this, so maybe I'll do more research on it, but let's just ask. Oh, hi. Do I feel that it was staged? Okay. In my video, I didn't think it was staged. Me personally, now you guys are coming up. How much longer does Trump have to live? Well, we all know that terror's not the best with We can look at his health, Lou. Trump health. I'm just, well, I have them. I lost. There we go. Um, now I can see the chat. What do you know? Will it come out about the staged assassinations? Well, I can look more into that. I don't think it was staged. It's just everybody just looked at it and said, I personally said, oh my God, that's so staged. But they did have a guy, they shouldn't have come out and said right away, this is, a lone wolf situation. And, this is the leftist Democrats doing this. Like, they shouldn't speak without having evidence, right? They shouldn't be talking about a case like this. And they always do that. And then we find it's something else. You don't think it was staged, Lou? All right. I mean, it could be, but there are a lot of assassinations on every president. That's what I said in my video. Like, Obama had like 11 assassination attempts. Every president gets them. They just don't usually announce all of them. They don't want that to be public. I mean, I'll look into them again just for the heck of it. Hi, Loki. All was allowed to happen. It all was allowed to happen. Why was it all allowed to happen? That was, I just put that video out too today. That, like, why was JD like taken out first, right? Let's just look. Let's ask. I'll ask again. What happened with the assassination attempt? Was it staged? Because I didn't specifically ask that. I asked about Cole Allen. So we have the world card. So I think it's talking about, let me move you to the table so you can see. So we have, although you can't see so great. All right, maybe I'll talk to you this way. It's hard to keep everything together. Was this staged, the assassination attempt? 6 of Cups. Yeah, I don't know. The comments, the chat has been weird for me. I couldn't see them. Now I'm seeing them. I don't know why. You have to be careful in the comments. I do have restrictions on my comments, so if you say anything that's not so good, I have strict restrictions that you can't say nasty things to other people. Not that you would do that. I'm just saying you have to be really careful on a chat, because I don't want to get shut down because of, people saying, and I'm not saying you, just like trolls coming in and saying horrible things to people. All right. So we have the past is going on here. So what about the past, the world? The world is about success, completion, and the 6 of Cups is about the past, about being kinder, gentler time. Knight of Coins. So I kept getting like earth sign for this guy, that he's an earth. He is of the earth element. So it could be his personality. He's very earthy. He was a very grounded person. He was a teacher. The Knight of Coins. So, but this card I think came out before in a different deck, is that he wanted to take a specific action. He wanted to take them under. And it's just like, people are so stressed about Trump. He's made it impossible for people in America to think straight, to be straight. It's like the chaos that goes on day in, day out. Lou says, I'm surprised that Trump doesn't get shot at every day. Yeah, presidents do get attempts on their life all the time. Kamala Harris, everybody does. Um, Christine Whitmer, they were plotting to kidnap her and kill her. It's just crazy. Ten of Swords. So he wanted to do major damage. He wanted to take the regime out. And what a perfect place to do it, really. They were all there. Why was everyone there? Why did they all need to go? Because they wanted to, Dumpy to come and spew his filth all over the news media. They wanted, he was going to go after them. Trump is the most hated president. Yep. Twice, 2 times in a row. That's right. So, the basis of this is somebody wanted to do something directly at them. They felt fed up. The past, maybe crossing this situation, is that we've been dealing with this not just a year and a half now, or a year and how many months now. We've dealt with this 4 years before when he terrified us when COVID hit and everybody was freaked out about that. The Fool. So he made a foolish choice, I believe. What are you saying, Mark? So the White House attended the dinner just to attack the media. I don't think anything was planned by Grunt. I think insiders pulled the con with a gun. They can't prove it was. I mean, we don't even know right now if the shooting that happened, we heard shots fired at the perp, right? But we don't know if he fired any shots. It's like you have to get evidence before you bring anything. He has to go to court, but you need evidence of this before you come out and make statements like they did. So we have here the Fool. Hello, Ladybug Hug. I saw a short on YouTube of when Miller was running with his wife. Yeah, that was pretty funny, using her as a shield. Copping a feel. They're so sick. They zoomed in behind him. It showed Dumpy standing in the shadows watching. Yeah, I don't know if that was him, though. I saw that. It didn't look like him. It looked totally bald, but I could be wrong. So what am I talking about here? I'm talking about the shooter. Was this really happening? What was going on? Was this really happening? I think because of this Ten of Swords here, he meant to do this. But do we know if he's really he's from California? Do we really know if he's, a Democrat? Like, they just say all these things, just like they did with the, the Charlie shooting. It was like, oh, they constantly put out like it's a Democrat when it's a total MAGA head. Okay. So the question was this really real? I think, was that my first question? Was that the question on this? It looked like the gun, Shelley says, it looked like the gun in the background was bald and had a bow tie on. Yeah, he looked bald. Trump has the big swoop like I have. Hello, Marianne. Good to see you. You're never late. You're just on time. So I get the sun, but I forget my specific question, if I was asking if it was staged or if this was really real. But inevitably, the sun will come out. We will eventually get the news on what happened here. So there's that. and the judgment will be made. We will find out. We'll see. Just like, you know, the Butler, Pennsylvania thing, like that just went away. Trump talks about everything ad nauseum. He doesn't talk about what happened in Butler. So that's a clue for us. That's always a clue. We will see how much he talks about this. But he'll talk about it now to bring on the ballroom mess that we should pay for, right? Americans who he's cheating us out of our money. He's spending all our money, destroying our country, but we should now pay for his ballroom, where he said it's all going to be paid for. It won't come out of our pockets. Yeah, where'd that money go, right? Eight of Swords. So this is the card feeling trapped, but you can really kind of get out of the situation, but you're more feeling trapped. So I think this is the guy, he was feeling that way. Like, I think he really cared about people and was like, this is happening to my country and something has to be done. Nobody's, he's getting away with it again. And I think the guy just had a freaking breakdown and decide he was the one to do it. People get delusional and they think somebody's got to, you make people crazy and think somebody's got to do something. Well, then someone's going to take it upon themselves to do something really dangerous, especially in this country of guns. There's more guns than there are people. The Page of Coins, that's in the environment. The message, the tangible message, I guess it's sending a message to them regardless that somebody might take you down. Six of Coins. Now this is interesting because this could be like someone getting paid to do it. That's the first time this jumped into the question here. Somebody being rewarded. And the Three of Coins. People working together behind the scenes to build something. Well, now I'm totally confused at this reading. What do you guys think? It was going along like, yeah, this was the guy, and now it's showing me money exchange, and it's showing me people trying to build something. What are they trying to build? The ballroom. The ballroom. I feel like it just happened this way. This guy really did it, but they're using it as, a way to get their ballroom. Like they're just always so depraved in everything they do. Okay, now I can see the chat again. Cool. Let's see. I think it was pretty funny that, Stephen Miller held his wife as a shield. And I heard that Katie Miller's podcast is gone. It's gone under because they're very boring, angry people. Fascists. That's what it should have been called. The boring, angry fascists. I mean, mind you, how old are these people? Like, I just can't imagine being young and wanting to be a part of this. Lou says Cole and Luigi will probably get jury nullification. He should. I'm not saying to go out and commit violence. I actually want Trump to live. I want him to live. I wouldn't mind if he had, something happen where he could be drooling, couldn't speak, and maybe had to sit still. Because the guy has Gemini energy, which is very active. Like Geminis are, they're energizer bunnies. I always say that about Gemini. They have the stamina. They can go, 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 go. And they can talk, 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 talk. I can too, but I'm not a Gemini. But I just think I forgot my train of thought now. I would like to see him being incapacitated and but have to have the consequences, have to see them ripping down everything he did, having to witness everything. That's what I want. No, Geminis are not two-faced. I don't find that about them. They always say that. I'm a Pisces. It's a dual sign. It just means I think duality is like you could see both sides of things. You could at 1 minute be for something, but you can also see the other side of things. Like you have that dual sort of nature to look at things two ways. I don't think it means like a negative. They get a lot of a negative crap for that, but I don't think that's true. Um, I know a lot of Geminis, and they're just not that way. I think they're very intelligent. Now, I'm not talking about Trump. You had a bad experience with them. Well, could be. I've always had pretty good experiences with Gemini, and I have a Gemini sister. And they're not, she's not real like combative. She's a teacher. I always think they're teachers. A lot of them are teachers because they like knowledge and wisdom, and they love to learn, and they like people, so they like to be out and about. We can certainly say that Trump likes to be around people. He's an angry guy, but he would be nowhere without the media surrounding him, without people constantly having to listen to him. Michael Wolff from the Daily Beast says he constantly talks. You can't get a word in edgewise. So he's that type of guy who he just likes to have an audience. But unfortunately, he's a sadistic piece of you know what. Okay. I'm just going back. Do you guys have more questions? And it was funny how that Trump during that the Secret Service were pulling him off basically, and he fell. And he had to come on and say he didn't fall. Like he went on 60 Minutes, which was ridiculous. And Marcy says, very true. My good friend Patrick is a typical Gemini and a teacher. Yeah. My sister's a teacher. My cousin, who's a Gemini, is a teacher. Like, they're really good. They love to read, too. They love books. Will Iran be over soon? Okay, we'll ask that. Let me do some new energy. Just don't want to knock over my mic. Bring these cards over. Let's ask, will the war with Iran be over soon? That would be wonderful. The war with Iran, will it be over soon? Sorry. Doing this right next to my microphone. These microphones, they're really good, but when you put them on your shirt, they get the noise you make when you swallow. It's very gross to listen to. So if you put them lower, they get more away from your mouth, so it's muffled. So it's better if they're on the table. They work pretty good that way, but I have to switch it whichever way I'm moving. Okay, so let's look at Iran. Will it ever end? Will it end soon? Ooh, this one wanted to jump out. Oh, the Magician. That's good, I think. This one jumped. And the Chariot. Oh, the Chariot. So, the Chariot is a soldier, right? The Magician, getting something done, manipulating something with the military. So, that's a question I just remembered. What I wanted to ask about the Navy. Remind me, guys, the Navy has been undersupplied, so they don't have enough food on the ships. They're rationing their food. So I would like to ask about that. The moon came out as well. So the moon, so it's sort of like it's very unclear if there will be, it's very unclear if there will be a ceasefire. And they have the soldiers crossing them, and I think that's the Iranians fighting back, or it could be our soldiers. And the star comes out. So the star card, there's hope. I mean, the star card is the card of hope. The death card. So there's a transformation that happens. There's an ending. There's some hope that things are going to change. And that's the overarching card. That's the overarching energy here. So we have, things are very cloudy right now with the moon card. Things are not really clear. But we have the star of hope. We have death, meaning transformation. Something new is about to begin. And actually, I just realized this. These are all major arcana. These are the top line of the deck, which means really pay attention to this reading. So the manipulation, the magician, someone that can make something happen. They're being crossed by, I think, the Iranian forces, that they have the higher position where they can shoot on boats in the Strait of Hormuz. And they can hide and come out in small boats or do drones. So there's a lot of this moon chaos energy around the whole situation. We have the star of hope, so we have to believe that we could get out of this and we can transform to something new. And my God, I mean, these cards, I never, like, these aren't brand new. I shuffle them all the time. So we have the Fool coming out. So the Fool is a new beginning. So this is very hopeful, guys. I'm really happy about this reading here. Oh my God, and Justice. And I I shuffle, and when I feel it, I grab the card. So none of these were like next to each other or anything. Justice. We're going to have some kind of justice. I did not expect these cards. I did not expect that at all. And oh my God, and the Empress. This is like, I've never had this happen to have this many major arcana. And the Ten of Wands. It's going to be difficult. It's definitely going to be difficult, but we will have justice. We have the Empress, where it's abundance, that we could have things going through the Strait of Hormuz again. This is not so good. The outcome card is that there'll be a lot of people that have passed. And that, I don't think we're hearing anything about our soldiers, right? They're not talking about the wounded that have died. They're not talking about, let's ask about the Navy and the supplies. Will they get supplies to their ships? You know? Trump threatening the Falkland Islands. Yeah, he probably will, Marianne. I want to just first ask on the Navy. The military, the Navy soldiers, like, how will it turn out for them? Will they be able to get supplies soon? Well, sorry, I dropped that one. I'm sorry. Nine of Swords. So it's very worrying. Thank you, Helen. Hello. Yeah, it's very disturbing and worrying right now. about what's happening to them. They're very, very concerned. And, he fired the guy, the colonel in charge of logistics, like what goes out, how to supply things. So he fired that. Hegseth fired him. And then the Eight of Cups is the challenge. Could that be ending the war? Maybe they're hoping that it ends. And then the Seven of Coins. So this is about not getting everything that you wanted or that you needed. This is Pentacles. It's about practical things that you need. It's about food. It's about health. So they're not getting enough of what they need. So that's the base of the situation. The Eight of Cups are, I think this is Pete Hegseth and his team. Like, this is about really not caring about the individuals in the service members. They're going out to dinner. They're having steak and lobster, right? So, yeah, steak and lobster. Well, these guys are living on a little thing of rice and maybe 2 powdered scrambled eggs. Like, come on. Who can survive on that? Then you're expected to go fight battles. Like, you have no energy to fight. 3 of Coins. So they're working on it. At least they're doing that. They're trying to get something through. And the 6 of Wands. So there will be success. They will get the supplies, but at what cost? Like, how much weight are they going to lose? How sick are they going to get during this time, not having the things that they need, the supplies, just everyday common things, medicines, water, you name it. And the Page of Wands. Maybe we're going to hear a lot. That's what I think. We are going to hear a lot about what happened behind the scenes. And I would like to know what's happening to the soldiers that were wounded. We don't hear anything about that. We don't hear anything about the guy that got rescued, right? The airplane that went down. We don't hear anything about him. Nothing. Let's see, the Chariot again. So the soldiers, the service members, it's about them. How do they feel? Left out in the cold. They're left out in the cold. You're hearing chatter about MAGA coming out to join in the protests with Dems. Thank you, Annie. Do you think they will? I think we're going to hear a lot coming soon. Ooh, we're going to hear everything about the atrocities that went on, the abuse that happened to them. We're really going to, the devil card, we are going to hear all about it. The service members are going to come out. They're going to tell us how they were left basically to die there. That's how I'm feeling about it. Hi, Eleanor. You happy this is live? You finally caught one, right? And Knight of Coins. So this is like a guy asleep on the job. I think that's Pete Hegseth in this reading. Sleep on the job. We don't care. We have parties to go to. We have whiskey to drink, lobster to eat, and gold toilets to throw up in. It's so depraved. So I'm glad I looked at that. So I do think they will come out and protest with the Dems because we are going to see this abuse that happened to them and how worried they were about their survival. And the message is coming out, how how poorly they were treated, all of them. So it might just not just be the Navy, it might be, the other soldiers too. I'm sorry, can you guys still hear me because my microphone was kind of far away? I have it all the way up. It should be pretty loud. Let's see. Maha is holding protests because of Roundup. What does that mean, Roundup? Oh, thank you. Got to hype my channel again. Thank you, Eleanor. Yeah, please give me a like, hype, all the things. Because my videos, like my role is going, the amount of subscribers is going down, down, down. And like, even when I don't post a video, it goes down. Like, what does that mean? Sound check is fine. Thank you. Thanks, Mark. What else are we talking about? I don't know what the Roundup. Holding protests because of Roundup? What Roundup? Who are they rounding up? Immigrants? Yeah, everybody's subs, I think, are going down. You also have to the pesticide Roundup. Okay. So protests because of Roundup. Yeah, that's a horrible, horrible pesticide Roundup. It will kill birds, like anything around it. You don't want to have a dog around that, a cat, birds. Animals drop dead being near it. So they're protesting that, huh? Is there a question to that, or are you just commenting? Hi, Walter. How are you? Good to see you. Glad you're here. Glad you made it to live. If anyone has a question, it's been a little wanky since the beginning. I couldn't see the chat, and now I can see it. So please put in a question. Just going to have a sip of my soda. Hi. You're welcome, Annie. And by the way, Eleanor she makes beautiful quilts. Gorgeous. And she has a YouTube channel. So if you're interested in quilting, and I'm sure she sells them, maybe, but she has a YouTube channel if you like quilting or if you'd like to buy them. They're really gorgeous. Let's see. Just looking at the chat here. Oh, glyphosate being approved for use. Maha is pissed. RFK Jr. was against it until he was emasculated by Trump. Okay. So do we want to know if this will break them away? Well, more will break away, obviously. Oh, okay. I don't know if I could show it maybe on the live. The Rorschach cards. They're pretty easy to make. You can make them yourself, Eleanor. You have great talent, so they're easy to. I should show you guys, but I don't know that it would go over well on my political channel. I could maybe show you briefly. Oh, you don't have a question, just chatting. Okay, thanks, Em. Hi, Kelly. Thank you. You're watching at work. Oh, you're terrible at typing. Tell me about it. I have terrible eyesight and I need new glasses. And I don't want my glasses are really expensive because they're progressives. So I'm not willing to buy like a $500 pair of glasses right now. Let's see. How long will it take for Hegseth and Patel to be gone? Okay. Tarot isn't great at time. I have to say that there are ways to tell time, but I don't take it. I take it with a grain of salt. So let's just. You want to ask who is first? You don't get along with touchscreens. Evidently, neither do I, because I was trying to see the chat, trying to touch it, and it wasn't coming up. Now it is. Let's look at. And if you watch my April reading, I did say there was going to be like Hegseth came out first, having a lot of trouble. And then I was also thinking it might be Patel because I always see Hegseth with the Piscean Knight of Cups or the Page of Cups, but he's not a Pisces, he's a Gemini. And Patel is actually a Pisces. So then some people said it might be Patel, and I'm like, both of them came up this month that maybe they would be fired. I kind of have a feeling it will be Patel, and now they will have a great excuse to do it because he has abused his power with money, with flying his girlfriend around, who, by the way, she was in another room holding another man's hand during the shooting, which I think is pretty funny because he seems totally in love with this woman. And it's like, if you don't have the money, she ain't going to be around. So let's look at Pete Hegseth. Which will it be? Pete Hegseth or Cash Patel that goes first? That is let go. I have a feeling it will be Patel, but we shall see. The sun comes out. So there's some exposure coming out for somebody. Something big. I just get a big feeling with the sun card, like, woo, big information. Ooh, someone, here comes the devil. Somebody is ending. Somebody is ending. There's such a glare, you can't even see it. I should move it back because this hurts my back sitting this way. Yeah, Patel, I think. But Patel's a Pisces. I should have asked the other card because it has actual sun signs. But who will go first, Patel or Hegseth? Five of Cups. Big time crybaby. Both of them, big time crybabies. Mark read on both. Patel very soon and Hegseth after Iran. He will be blamed. Yeah. That's what I think too, Mark. King of Wands. Well, that's not a Gemini. It's not a Pisces. It's fire energy. So somebody's coming under fire. Page of Coins about money. I think something comes out about the money. There's messaging here about actions with money. That could be Patel. He's the one that was flying his girlfriend around on jets. And Dumpy actually doesn't like alcoholics. Hi, Valerie. How are you? Glad you can make it. Nine of Wands. Somebody is fighting till the end to stay in there. I think I'm really getting the feeling of Patel in this reading. It just feels like him. And then the headline news, Eight of Wands. We get big news here. Big news. Can you show me, is it Hegseth or is it Cash Patel? Seven of Coins. Yeah, you didn't quite make the mark. Yeah, he does love Hegseth. and Hegseth is white. So there's that. 3 of coins. I think it's Patel working desperately behind the scenes to stay relevant, but he didn't look very relevant the other night at the shooting. Did you see him? He was out in the parking lot, just out in the parking lot, and he was talking on his cell phone. It didn't seem like he could get through to anybody. So it's like that. Nobody will take his calls. And the 6 of Swords, somebody's out. Somebody's leaving. Getting out. Let's clarify with these. Let's see if this Minchiati Alcino deck will show me. Who is it? Can you show me, please? Which sign is it? The Pisces or the Gemini that gets booted first? Because I think they're both going. Now it's a toss-up. Trump can't decide right now. He can't decide. That's funny. He cannot decide. Oh, we have Leo energy. The card of Leo. I mean, one of them could have a Leo rising, but I need to know the sun sign, not the rising, because I don't know their rising signs. But the rising is usually what tells you about someone's personality, like what you seem like. Like I'm a Scorpio rising, so I might come off like an aloof Scorpio. But I'm a Pisces, and I'm a Sagittarius moon. So, you have all those things mixing around in you. Plus, we have a whole lot of other things that in our charts. But I like to see sun signs. Aquarius. Oh, actually, this could be Gemini. You just read about the Roundup protests. Republicans, Dems, and Independents are protesting together. That's great. All right, the lion could be Hegseth. Because he comes out, well, so does Patel, comes out really like, I'm the bad guy. I'm big, mean, bad guy, when they're both short and wimpy. Well, the Gemini, the swords are a Gemini card. Aren't we the only country that still allows Roundup? Probably. And then I have here the Queen of Pentacles. I'm just going to pull out 6. Sorry to go so slow. And then we have Strength. No, this is the Water Bearer. This is Aquarius. So that card I thought I see as Aquarius too, the King of Swords. And then the 6 of Swords. I didn't really get a clarifier because that's not the card of Gemini, but it could be him. I really feel it's Patel. Lou says Trump was against it, and now he somehow increased production of Roundup. Unbelievable. That stuff is dangerous. And it's just sold at like your regular Home Depot. You can buy it in a bottle. You can kill your neighbor's cat or dog, or you could kill all the birds or rabbits or what have you, squirrels in your yard. Just spraying that stuff around. I had a neighbor here. I live in an apartment. I live in a courtyard. And I had a neighbor here that sprayed it on a bush. But she luckily told me about it because I had a dog. So I never went near there. But I did find a dead bird when that stuff was sprayed there. But she told me because I do have a dog. And I was like, that's so stupid, because she was She was spraying it because of little bugs that you get in early June here that around the boxwood. They sort of just swarm in the air. They don't hurt you or anything. She just didn't like seeing them. Okay, let's see here. JD is the Leo, yeah, but we were asking about Patel and Hegseth. He injured mice, too much mascara. Progressives are around 120 at Glasses in USA. Oh, really? Because I got these from Glasses USA, and they were about 400 and something dollars. But thank you for that. I'll look into it. Do you think the Republicans will ever join in protest for the current issues? War, economy, etc. That's a good question. Okay, let me ask that. Let's look at a different deck. I'm going to look at the Heimdall deck. Herman Heimdall. This is a deck that I used to use all the time. I got a new one because I used to love it. I like it for personal readings, but since it just came in, I'm going to use this. I just dropped one card though, so wait. Well, it's all the way over in the middle of the table. All right, I won't use this one. It doesn't want to be used. Let me get out a different deck. We'll go with the Santa Muerte. Good old Santa Muerte. I just like to change decks. I have some over here, but I don't really, they're very dark. These are kind of dark, but I don't think they're that dark. They're just skeletal. So let's look at, will any Republicans start coming together regarding the war or the economy? Will any of them start coming out speaking against? I swear, I just dropped another card. I'm sorry. Here we go. It's just like I'm trapped in here with my tripod. Okay. Will the Republicans come and protest? I mean, I think some are, but maybe it's more MAGA. Will MAGA ever come out and protest against the war, against the economy? I mean, we're seeing now a lot of Trump voters are really annoyed about the economy. So let's see, will they ever come out and protest? Page of Pentacles. They're starting to, yeah. This is the money message, probably about the economy. So the money message. I'm just going to keep it here because you can't really see the table so well anyway. The Three of Wands is crossing though, so they're not, they're not sure that they want to put it out there just yet, They're still hoping, like maybe for a check or something. Still waiting for that check. Trump promised them, right? And then the Eight of Swords. Soon. Yeah, this is a card I can see time with. This is like something happening very dramatically, even though it's the Eight of Swords, which is usually like locked in. I don't see that in this particular card. I see this as coming out with the pitchforks moments. So, yeah, it looks that way. and the Wheel of Fortune, right? So things are about to change. The Wheel of Fortune is fate, and it's about changes and things. It was one way before, and it will come around and turn around. So the pendulum swings always, and let's just take out a few more cards. Yeah, they regret. Whoa. This is the 4? No, the 5? The 8. This is the 8 of Cups. And it's a really regretful card. They're crying. They really regret that they ever voted for him. A lot of them, not just a small amount. Like we keep thinking, I think that there's more than there is because of the trolls and bots and the news, the fake news, Fox News and stuff. I think we always think there's a lot more than probably. I mean, I always think that there's a lot more of them. Sad to say, the only savings our democracy, the only saving our democracy is the complete incompetence of the Trump. Yeah. And I think, it's happened and they are regretting and things are changing more than we suspect they are. And people want to get out. They want to get out of the situation. Queen of Wands. It's about the economy. Like, it's about a lot of things, but the economy is what makes these people get out and vote. Otherwise, they don't care. They like that Trump's a ball buster. Then we have the 6 or the 9. This is the 9 of Pentacles. So this is like new wind blowing in, new change a coming. These cards are a little different in how I take them. So I see this as the winds of change, changing of season. So I do think sooner than later they're going to be coming out, especially with the warm weather. You're going to see a lot more protests coming out. And the moon, you're going to see a lot more chaos. Everything was unclear to them before, I think. I don't think they were like news junkies that maybe you or I are. And then we have the 2 of Swords. They're gonna cut them away. They're gonna get rid of them, and that's what we need. We need more people jumping ship from the Republican Party. And then the Knight of Swords. So he's basically swallowing his own sword. I think a lot of them are going to be swallowing their pride and just, we got to get rid of him. So they need to, I think they will definitely be coming together on us. So I'm going to do one more question to wrap things up here. Let's just see, what are you guys saying? I think we're all so tired of it. Yeah, everybody's tired of it. Nobody can live like this every day, waking up. What did he do now? Is your first thought. I swear it's like my thought every morning. The maggots that need to jump ship are in Congress, yes. But it also helps when the protests come out and are huge numbers. Do you want to ask if they will come out? Will they? Okay. Will they? Will the MAGAs? Let me blow out this candle before blowing out my husband's candle. His birthday's tomorrow. Let me just see. My other cards, they're going down the chair. Will the maggots in Congress, start to get rid of him? Your first thought every morning is, he dead yet? Yeah, I feel that way too. I wake up every day. What happened today? What nonsense going on today? And it's just like, that's why everybody, when they saw the shooting, they were like, staged, or I don't care. That's pathetic when we stop caring totally. People are exhausted. So here they are, 3 or 5. That's a 5. The 5 of Swords. So I think Congress maggots will feel attacked from every side, as they should be. Things are closing in on them. Things are closing in on them. So yes, that looks pretty bad. And then we have the Queen of Pentacles again. So the money is crossing them. The economy is crossing them. So they're like, people are done with it. They're going to get such pushback from everyone. I mean, I'm so tired of making calls, but I do it anyway because it's like they have to hear it. Hi, Mona. They have to hear it. So I still make my 5 calls. And by the way, I was watching Rachel Maddow and the warehouses, the huge warehouses. Hi, Mary. Are coming out. They've been putting up huge warehouses all over the country, and to not only hold immigrants, but I think those are there for the election so they can grab people like you and me, people that are not for this regime, and throw us in a big warehouse. And luckily, these warehouses have been getting pushed back. So, like in Arizona, they weren't allowed to get it in Maryland. Like in every state that they're trying to put these in, there's quite a few in New York too, in New York State, that they're trying to put these huge mega warehouses to hold people. They're getting pushed down by the people, and it's people like you and me that uh, if you go to, well, you can find out on Indivisible, but there's another organization. It's called GTFO ICE. It's, I think, Get the Facilities Out ICE. It's an organization, and you can go online and you can find out where they might be opening one in your area. And you could go then to the town council meeting and say you don't want it, because we need to do this in our own towns here. Hi, Susie. How are you? So I just think like we have to keep that up. I'm glad to see that some of you are still doing your phone calls. So we really have to keep that up. It's not just about, complaining about them and protesting. Of course we do that, but it's also about actually showing up to town halls in the smaller local districts and finding out in your area where you can go protest for the not having a warehouse in your neighborhood. Protest, go to the town hall and say, we don't want this. Make petitions, things like that. So, yeah. So, will we get rid of these will these Congress people finally come along with us? They're drinking themselves to death. That's the King of Cups. King of Cups. So, King of Cups is like a nice guy. So I think like maybe the Republicans in name only were like maybe the better Republicans in the past. I don't think they're good anymore. They've become MAGA too. And the 5 of Wands? No, the 9 of Wands. Hard to see between 5 and 9s. Um, yeah, they're being cut away. I think they're gonna have to. They're being put in a position that they're really gonna have to change their ways. They're gonna have to do something that starts making all of us happy. They have to look at the economy. They can't go with fascism. It ain't going to happen here. If you want a civil war, that's what you're going to get. Because it won't happen in this country, not on our watch. So, Six of Pentacles. Tick tock, tick tock. Time's running out. I don't think that's about giving and receiving. That's about time's running out. And it's also about the pendulum swinging back. So, great. You rode the red wave. It's swinging back to the blue wave. And then we have the Ten of Swords. They're going down. They're going to realize if they don't jump ship, they will be done with. Totally done with. And just one more card here. The Five of Pentacles. Yeah, they'll be left out in the cold. They've gotten to where they are by stepping on other people. And it's made them horrible people, being in the positions of power, having that ambition for power. It's really made them into sick people. And if they don't get on the right side, we will force them out. We're not going to have fascism. It's getting close. But you know what? At least some of our legal system has kept up. That's between the legal system and protests and people pushing back by going to their, town halls and going to council meetings and things like that. That's how we push back on a smaller level. And I hope all of you will stay home from work on May 1st for the May Day, the workers' strike, because we need to show these billionaires. How do you think you made your money? How do you think? You made it on our backs, on our money, us paying you. So you can't come into our country and take over, right? So Uranus just entered Gemini. Things are about to shake up. That's right, Hellline. Who's that? Yoli, hi. Thank you for being here. And MAGA, convinced that MAGA chopped years off their lives, especially the cabinet. Yeah. You're almost ready to start drinking, Marion says. You guys are so funny. So I hope you enjoyed the readings today. It was really nice to chat with you guys. I do have to go, though, because I got to make dinner. I'm just reading the rest of these. That's saying something. Hang on, everybody. Yes. All right, everybody. I really enjoy your company. I love that you come here and chit chat. Thank you for being with me and love you guys. I'll talk to y'all soon. Take care.